How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. It did have a pullback on the Friday due to the fact we had a strong sell-off inside of the market. So I want to make sure for this coming week you are prepared if you're thinking about jumping into it. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $3.19, being down 18.83%. On the low, it tested $3.15, and then on the high, testing $3.90. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 64.9 million shares, and then for the average volume over 10 trading days, it was at 102.814 million shares. So we definitely had well below the average in regards to volume, and this is why we saw selling pressure on the stock. Now when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 49.29. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA, and we're just right there on the 50-day at $3.19. So like I was saying in my previous videos, breaking through that 200-day would put us in a bear market, so that would have exposure to a downtrend. And that's exactly what is happening right now when we take into consideration also market weakness. So what I want to see from BBIG for this coming week, will it be able to respect previous support levels? So if we end up pulling back to $3, can we hold it? If we can't hold $3, then there's a good chance we could pull all the way back going in to around $2.70 and then seeing if we have support there. If we hold that $3 level and we can get back above the 21-day EMA at 328 while making that push to $4, then things look very interesting for BBIG. But like I said, the way how the market is looking right now and the way how retail investors and traders are pulling their money, it doesn't look good so far at the current moment. So if you are going to be going into this play, I would keep a close eye on that $3 level and look for a potential bounce if it does occur. So now let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for BBIG. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 42.86%, and then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 16.42 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 0, updated 25 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is currently not available. Now when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 20th, it was at 53.46, and then for the close of the 21st, which was yesterday, it was at 42.86. So what this tells us, BBIG does have short squeeze potential, but one thing to keep in mind, it comes with a lot of volatility, so you want to have a game plan if you're going to jump into this stock. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we see here on the inflow, it was at 40.30, and then on the outflow, it's at 43.44. So of course, it was an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 14.11. On the medium, it was 20.99, and then on the small, it was 5.20. Taking a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 15.63. On the medium, it was 23.03, and then on the small, it was 4.78. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for January the 21st, it was at negative, or that outflow of 1.53 million. million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then of course for the large, we had more selling than we had buying. And this represents whales, institutions, and funds. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 66.72%. But one thing that is very clear, it has been going down. Remember when we talked about it before, it was around 97, now seeing it at 66. So we do see there's a lot of traders that are going in and out of this play, but more people are starting to hold on to their positions. So let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG for the coming week, we know there's going to be a lot of volatility, but one area you want to pay attention to is that $3 level. If we end up breaking through $3, then of course you're going to end up seeing some weakness. So if you are thinking about getting into a position, I highly suggest you use the right risk management. And what do I mean by that? Using a stop loss. Another point that I also want to go over in my recent BBIG videos, many people saying, you know what, Dre, I ended up buying in high. I bought in at $5 or in the high $4 level. And one of the things that I want to explain to you, why did you do that? Were you FOMOing? Did you feel influenced to actually do that? And if you are going to be going in at that high or at that particular price point, please use a stop loss for risk management. Because if you bought in and you were in at the $5 level and this stock pulls back into the $2 range, I'm pretty sure you're going to be feeling very nervous, or you're going to want to get out of your position, or you're going to be like, hey, when is this stock going to pick back up? I needed to pick back up. So I would say take that whole entire experience and learn from it. Don't do it again. I want to see you have success inside of the market, but the first step to doing that is making sure that you have great habits. And the first thing that you can do in regards to building better habits is making sure that you're not using a large position size when you are taking your trades. Like I was saying in some other previous videos, you can't approach the stock market like it's a lottery ticket. You have to do your homework and you have to do your due diligence. And many people are saying, well, you know what? This is going to be the next AMC, GME. All stocks are different, and there's so many factors that come into play. Please don't allow yourself to be influenced by the crowd, because at the end of the day, it is your money and it is your responsibility to make sure what you could do with it when you're jumping into a particular play, and also making sure that you're managing your overall risk and using the right position size. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see how BBIG performs, but one thing that is very clear is going to come with volatility, and I hope this video helped you out in regards to your homework. We'll talk soon.